What's going on, YouTube? It's Q back here again with another video for you. In today's video, I'm here with the 2024 Toyota Tacoma, and this is the off-road trim. Tacoma has been the best-selling mid-size truck here in the U.S. for quite some time. I'm pretty sure it's the world's best-selling truck, global that is, folks, not the F-150 here in the U.S. But this is Toyota's new refresh for 2024 Toyota Tacoma. So a few things have changed, and I'm going to get into that in just a moment. And this fantastic color is called Solar Octane. So it's this is probably the greatest shade of orange I've ever seen. And it's got that flake that hits, and we got the black accents on here. Come on, man, Toyota hit a home run with this one, styling wise. I personally think it's the best looking truck on the market. So what is this Tacoma like for the average consumer to drive? And I say average consumer because I'm not taking it off-road, even though it does have an off-road package. It is nice to drive on the day-to-day basis and to have the capability if you need to go off-road. But for an average person like me, what is it like to drive one of these? We're about to get into that in this video. And before you leave, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, browse the channel. Let's jump into it. We got more ops with the Tacoma now, and it's getting real serious in this segment. So now we got the Tacoma, we got the Nissan Frontier, we got a redesigned Ford Ranger, we got the Chevy Canyon, no, that's the GMC. We got the Chevy, you know what it is, oh my God. We got the Chevy Colorado, man, showing my age here. And we also do have the Jeep Gladiator, all fine competitors to the Tacoma. The base price of one of these is going to set you back $46,600. But this one ain't no stock Tacoma. So we do have the TRD Offroad Premium package. That's going to add some nice features. We're going to have some heated and ventilated seats, 14-inch display. We got our 360-degree camera. It's going to be able to help you function and navigate through those multiple different terrains that you can climb through, rock climbing, going mudding, whatever your taste may be, whatever your forte is, this truck will help you along the way, especially for a novice. And that package is going to set you back $8,540. For $1,230, you get a stabilizer disconnect mechanism or lockers. And then my favorite part about this, the premium paint for $425. This paint is gorgeous, my goodness. The MSRP with options is going to set you back $56,795. Woo! And that ain't even the top trim. We still got like 2 more trims above that. Let's pop the hood so I can talk about what's power in this all new for 2024 Tacoma. Uh-oh, we gotta use both hands because we do not have struts. Dearly beloved, RIP to our V6. Now we got a 2.4 liter turbo hybrid. And this thing ain't just no regular hybrid. It's pumping, man. The power output on here is major. So we're gonna have 326 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque. And let me tell you that this powertrain is welcomed by me because, yes, it's not a 6-cylinder. This powertrain really gets down to business. The output is just so amazing. The efficiency, that's another story. This is going to be mated to an 8-speed automatic. For the wheels, we got the 265 70 18s, and looking up under the front bumper, have all the hardware to protect the undercarriage of the Tacoma. We also got our upgraded shocks, because how many times do I got to tell you this is for off-road duty? Coming on to the rear, we got a power tailgate. Thank you, Toyota. Huge shout outs for them for loaning me this for the week. And if you forgot this was a Tacoma, it's going to tell you on the back of the tailgate here, as well as down there when it's up. So you will not forget that this is a Tacoma. 5-foot bed, that's standard for the group. We do have a couple power outlets back here. So we got a receptacle over here, a couple USB ports and auxiliary ports over here, 12-volt outlet. LEDs galore back here. You can see it in the daytime. Once I park it at night, it'll illuminate the whole back end of the truck. Functional hooks for our tie downs. You know, all the truck stuff. We got some more up front. And then we got our dust compartment because it seems like it just holds the dust. You can put a little bit of something in here, extra storage. Also got a power sliding rear window. But let's let the tailgate back on up. You can also activate that by the key fob. iForce Max, that's going to denote that we got that hybrid turbocharged system. Coming on up into the rear seat, we're going to notice it's a little bit tight back here. So this is not man bun friendly. ceiling is low. We do have a sunroof in here that's going to take away from the headroom, but even still, it's not that high. So my man bun is definitely touching the ceiling. So I'm 5'11", so with the man bun, I'm probably like 6'3". But if you are taller, you do not want to be in the back seat of a Tacoma. The leg room, my knees are in the seat. As I said, I'm technically 5'11", and 6 feet with shoes on. Holler at me. But my knees are going to be touching the seat in front of me. It's kind of tight back here, not a whole lot of room, which is surprising for a truck. The leather is soft and the seats are comfortable, but it's not a whole lot of room, even with kids back here. For power outlets, we are going to have 2 USB-Cs and the upside down receptacle in the front center armrest. A couple cup holders there, as well as in the door. We do have these for hangers, which is in a spot I've never seen them before, behind the rear seats. And then these are 60 folding seats. Pull this handle here, and you can fold those down, but they will not fold flat because my seat is a little bit far back. You will see a JBL subwoofer back here, and that's part of the premium package. And as you can see with the car seat, it is a little tight. A kid can fit back here, but it's not going to be the most spacious, especially for a truck. It is tight. One thing I noticed when I want to lock the door, you do it by putting your hand in this groove up here. Sometimes it's a delay up to like 3 or 4 seconds. I normally want to press it, walk away, and it takes like 3 or 4 seconds sometimes to where I walk away and I gotta like stutter step, and I do not pump fake at all. I don't stall, but I have to do that with this because like, oh my god, did I not lock it? And I gotta walk back, then it locks. See if it'll do it now. It did it on time right there, but see if we can try it again. All right, now it wasn't act right, but let's get into the front seat. We do have these comfy leather seats with the designs in the background of it. It looks lovely, very comfortable. You're gonna notice a whole lot of ruggedry up in here. It's a very rugged design. See, we got these holes down here. Even the speaker grill looks rugged. Even this is a storage compartment. It just looks rugged. Everything has holes on it. Got a nice rubber grip on the door. You're gonna see that all throughout this cabin. Even the steering wheel looks rough and rugged. It's not the softest, but you know that if you're gonna be doing some truck stuff, you're gonna want to have a steering wheel like this. If you get muddy or dirty, this will be easy to wash off. We do have all of our auxiliary buttons on the left side of the steering wheel. You can also adjust the angle of your headlights. I've never seen that before. You got automatic headlights, 3 auxiliary ports here, traction control. You can let the tailgate down here. Those backlights in the tailgate that I was letting you know about, you can turn them on or you can have them auto with the door. I told y'all this was premium. You thought I was lying. We do have this detachable JBL speaker that you can take out and use it as a wireless Bluetooth connection. And you want to have a party outside the truck? Go ahead then. Continuing on with this rugged theme, even the part where these outlets are, this is the wireless charger, which works great, by the way, especially for an automobile. Most of them don't charge the phone at all. This one does its job. Got a couple USB-C outlets over here, more rugged designs. Even on the side, we do have another compartment. Even the grips in the bottom of the cup holders have a rugged design in them. The armrest console, pretty basic. There's nothing in there, no outlets. Right beneath the gear selector, we do have our drive mode selectors. And you can go Eco, Normal, Sport. You can do Rock and Crawl mode, multi-terrain system, towing and hauling mode, multiple modes. You can turn this dial here just to activate whatever mode you do want. But this is a 4-wheel drive vehicle. Right now it's in 2-wheel drive high. You can change it to 4-wheel drive high as well. And that's by this alternative knob down here. Press it in and you can rotate it. 4-wheel drive low, 4-wheel drive high. Don't want to keep it in 2-wheel drive high. We also do have this trailering customization here. By the press of a button, you can select the trailer that you can customize. If you want to see more of that in depth, go check out the Tundra video. I went over the camera and trailer setup videos in there. And we do have our camera set up. This is how you disable the rear locker. Oh, we also have our stabby bar. But these cameras are what's going to come in handy for you, especially while driving. You can change the different camera modes. Also, check out the Tundra video as well. Very useful. When I was hauling my exhaust, y'all probably seen that video if you subscribe to my channel for my personal cars. But I was wondering, like, dang, is my stuff still in the bed back there? As you can see, my backpack is back there, so you don't have to stop the car to make sure nothing flew out. You can just check that as you're driving, which is very nifty. And it's just a 360-degree camera. It's just lovely. Very customizable. Help you out in the off-road, just normal driving situations, front, back, side to side, everywhere. They got you covered, curves, just so you don't mess the truck up. You don't want to mess this truck up. Up front, the headroom is a little bit better somehow. So my man bun is able to get in here without swiping itself. Getting into the car, it is lower over the pillar, so it is lower on that side, but where the sunroof opens at, definitely much higher. Once again, I told you this has the premium package on it. You thought I was lying. We got the digital mirror on here, and this gorgeous 14-inch display is so nice, so responsive. Everywhere you want to get to, it goes there. And I'm just now seeing that you can also, if you don't want to have the basic functions of the home screen, you do have onboard navigation here. Who would use that? Some people like that. But while in CarPlay, wireless CarPlay is an option in here too. Lovely, greatest feature I think of all time in any automobile, one of them at least. You can extend that with this arrow in the corner. You can make that the full screen. I thought that was pretty cool because some cars just have the native dash or the native software on this side, and it kind of takes away from the CarPlay screen, but you can get all of your CarPlay screen here, which I think is nifty. The HVAC controls are going to be completely separate from the infotainment screen up there. We also have a heated steering wheel, got my ventilated seats on, they feel amazing. We have these rugged buttons down here. If you want to turn the fan speed up, they're just toggle switches, and they feel very solid. Very shocked that they feel this solid. Great touch, Toyota. Even though this is a premium package, the sunroof, yeah, you got to do your own thing there. But you can open it though, which is a nice touch. And this cluster is more of the same from Toyota. Check out the Tundra video if you want to see me go more in depth on this. But you can customize 3 pages on here. So I like to keep my fuel economy and my distance, 18.5 miles per gallon. It's getting better the more I do drive it. I was kind of underwhelmed at first. It was kind of around 15 miles per gallon, and that was scary. We're probably going to get close to 300 miles on the full tank of gas on this as well. You can also check your I-Force, which is going to be your electrical part of the hybrid system. We also have our tow pitch meter on the right side, and I like to keep my GPS. This will, on the left side, it will go with, if you're using the iPhone, it will go by Apple CarPlay. If you use the Apple Maps, it will give you your turn-by-turn information on that side. On the right side, I got the tire pressure sensor. In the middle, once you use the adaptive cruise control, it'll give you all your functions. The car's on the side if you're getting out of your lane. And this screen is quite customizable. You can change, like if you want it to be a rugged look, a technology look. I chose the rugged look because it matches the rest of the whole truck, if we're being honest. But one thing I don't like about the Toyotas, and this isn't the problem with Lexus, because Lexus, it's more fluid in Lexus because you have a head-up display in there. But in here, you got this giant screen, but yet I got to use these buttons here to go through the infotainment, or the cluster to go through options. So if I want to change some of the settings, I got to hold this button for like 2 seconds, 3 seconds maybe, and then I can start changing things around. I just don't like that. It's okay for certain things, but once you get into the option screen of the cluster, you have all these options here. You gonna want to be parked to do this, and I don't even know what all these acronyms are, so it's a ton of them. And then you also have your vehicle settings. You can change that up in here, and you still gotta hold that. Even though I'm parked, I gotta hold the button. I just think that's an annoyance. There should be a vehicle setting in the screen, which there is, but it only has the trip information and vehicle alerts. So they could just fill this whole screen up with this information. I think that would be well laid out, a great implementation of it. Next up is going to be the driving portion. My apologies, I normally have my binaural audio hooked up. I had user error, so that didn't work, so you get normal GoPro audio. My bad for that, and I did record that on a separate day, but enjoy it anyways. If you hung around to this part of the video, thank you very much, definitely appreciate that. If you skipped to this part, shame on you. But I'm Q, checking out. Don't forget to like, comment. Let's spin the block in the 2024 Toyota Tacoma. This solar orange just looks fantastic. I need me a car in this color. Gotta get on my tippy toes to get in here. Let's hit the road. The bumpy road, about to get straight out into it. First thing we're about to do is test our turning radius. So I gotta know, because this truck has to be able to turn well. It's an off-road truck, but Toyota, they never fail to impress me with their turning radiuses. Let's see. Ooh, no. We are off by a wide margin on this one. Man, I don't know. That one, wasn't expecting that one. That's probably one of the worst turning radiuses that I have tested. The passenger vehicles, the cars, and luxury SUVs, they have the best turning radiuses. This, not so much. But let's get back to the road, Craterfield Road. And having a truck like this just gives you such a great feeling of confidence, because you can drive over all terrain. Like, these potholes mean nothing. You got lifted road height, so you can go over all kinds of terrain. So that's just the added peace of mind that you get driving one of these. And since this is a TRD off-road, you do have like a raised body kit on here, so it sits higher than the normal Tacoma. So you get to sit eye to eye basically with your full-size SUVs. Like, I was sitting next to Escalades and Silverados, F-150s. I'm on par with them. And the older generations of those vehicles, I actually sit taller, which is quite impressive, because this is a smaller truck. But to have that same road presence, or I don't know, I guess a false sense of security, makes you feel a little bit more important, more better. No blues. See a puddle coming up here. I was riding through those things earlier with this truck. Oh, they done dried up some, but it is no issue at all as we turn from the center lane. So this steering wheel feels rugged. Now, this is a all-out truck. This is not trying to be something comfortable, luxurious. This is a truck through and through. Even the steering wheel, like, this is perforated for the steering wheel, but it's it doesn't feel like soft to the touch. You know you're driving the truck when you're driving this one. Also want to talk about the suspension. When you go over imperfections in the road and those bumps and craters that we deal with in Michigan, you're going to know it's a truck as well. Like, compared to the Ram, now that was a smooth riding, luxurious truck. The Tacoma, it still feels like a truck. Once you hit those imperfections, it's kind of bouncy as far as the ride quality goes. Like, it feels like a old-fashioned body on frame truck. No refinement there, really. How does it take the curves? That's not a truck's thing, but it doesn't feel bad. The steering wheel is actually not bad at all on here either. Amazing visibility. And the powertrain on here is, my goodness, it's golden. Even though that efficiency is way off compared to what the EPA says it does get. Like, I'm averaging like 18 miles per gallon, but the way that it comes through is magnificent. One thing I don't like about the driving is the brakes. They're so inconsistent, and I think that's a thing with Toyota's hybrids. Like, it's not a consistent push through with the brakes. Like, sometimes I'll press on it hard, it's not enough, so I gotta push even harder to get the stopping power that I do need. I think that needs some work. I don't notice that on their normal vehicles, just a hybrid, and this is a hybrid, so I noticed it on here. And this drives as a truck should. Not trying to be nothing else but a truck. But back to this powertrain, it has gobs of torque. The horsepower is pretty nice too, especially for a 4-cylinder. And then you do have the hybrid part, the electrical part of the powertrain. Like, it will get you off the line as well. So this is no slouch whatsoever. It feels every bit. Dang, head hit the seat cushion back there. So this truck does get up and move, and I really like that. The performance is there. The efficiency, not so much. Let's hear the sound system. Sound system, I'll give it about an average It is a JBL audio system. I'm gonna come back around and hit that puddle because why not? So the audio, like with the windows down, it doesn't get as loud as I would personally like it to be. So gotta mark it down. It's okay if you got the windows up. It's not horrible, but it's a lot better out there. JBL just doesn't do it in these cars to me. Now let's see what this puddle is hitting on. Because why not? I did that earlier with the windows down and water got inside the car. I normally don't do that, but since we got a truck that's built for stuff like that, why not? Now let me crank it up to sport mode, see how we do, even though we got a little bit of water on here now. But let's switch to drive mode to sport. Start from a standstill, like how we get aggressive red in the cluster. The truck moves, got some chops. And then you can see the MPGs went down like 0.3 miles per gallon. It took me so long to get it up to 18 miles per gallon. And just like that, it went back down to 17.8. For the first 100 and something miles, I was sitting at like 16 miles per gallon, which is kind of sad to me. God, all these craters. More off-road stuff. I love this. What in the heck happened there? Okay. That was cool. This is what people get a truck for. Like, you don't have to worry about all these terrible parts in the road. You can just drive over whatever. You got all the sidewalls in the world. These trucks have been reliable throughout the years. Kind of wondering why we didn't, well, I know why we didn't get a V6, but as far as the efficiency goes, that V6 was probably more efficient. Race car friends, chime in. How was your Tacoma on gas? Because these hybrids in here, they got the power all day. Like, I love the power in the application, but that efficiency for a 4-cylinder engine just ain't it. Pumped in engine noise. It sounds so good. They tune these to sound great. Let's get onto the highway, see how she drives. Let me go back to sport mode. Something I noticed, even with my GR Corolla, like these different settings, you don't feel a whole lot of difference from comfort, eco mode to sport mode. It's like kind of similar, unless maybe at the limit, but for normal driving, they all feel pretty similar. Eco mode and normal, that is. I haven't compared eco to sport mode, nor do I really want to. But let's merge onto the highway. It's got such a great command and feel up in here. Turn the air off for a second so we can hear the road noise. I am going to keep the ventilated seats on because cool seats are probably the greatest feature ever created, next to Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. You don't hear a ton of road noise, being that this is on some all-terrain tires, so that is not bad at all. Then you do have your adaptive cruise control in here, which if you wanted to, you can just let the car do its thing. Hold you in the line in case you need to, what do you need to do? See what percentage your phone is on after it's been charging down here? This wireless charger works great, by the way. It actually charges your phone while you're driving. And it's great that you can still see your phone, because a lot of other vehicles, like your phone is hidden, but your phone is in plain sight, so you won't forget it while it's in here. Everything in here is like rugged. This is a purpose-built truck, and it just does so well at being that. is not the most comfortable. I cannot stress that enough. So if you're looking for a luxurious truck, you might want to look at his competitors. So shout out to the Topher, he just got a Ranger Raptor. This doesn't directly compare with the Ranger Raptor. We do have so many other trims of this. We do have the TRD Pro, which is the higher level. This is the off-road. And we do have a trim slightly below that one, which has a 6-foot bed. Most of these have 5-foot beds, but that one, it does have some nice gold wheels, which I'll let y'all see here. Just a lovely looking truck. But this is a great everyday vehicle. If you need one car that'll do all things, the Tacoma is it. It'll do most things well. If you want a luxurious ride, this is not the one. Piggybacking on what I was just saying, that's a HD Silverado, and we're like the same level as he is. But this will, for somebody who's looking to own a vehicle long term and doesn't have to worry about too much maintenance, this is the one you get to. It's a great all-arounder. It looks fantastic. I actually put the looks over everything else on this Tacoma. This is a fantastically designed truck. This huge 12.3-inch display, I love it. It's just so much they did right about it. But some of the driving characteristics I do not enjoy, especially that brake feel, number one, and the suspension could be a little more sorted. And sometimes it does get a little clunky when switching from hybrid to gas power engine. If you hung around to this part of the video, thank you very much. Definitely appreciate that. If you skipped to this part, shame on you. But I'm Q, checking out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell about the channel, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.